I've been asked over the years, what got you into health and fitness? Why did you change? And if I'm honest, it was prison. Now that would come as a shock to a lot of people, but it's the truth. And after a long time, I think it's time that people understood. So back in 2002, I was in a pretty crappy place, head, mentally, physically. I was making some terrible decisions, and the worst of those ended up in me causing a car accident that claimed the life of my best friend. So I'm not going to go into details of it all here, but from that moment on, everything changed. Over the months that followed, my life as it was had gone, and so had most of the people in it. And then in November of that year, I was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison. And that all obviously broke me completely. Having to face up to what I'd done and the repercussions of that, how it affected so many other people's lives as well, literally destroyed me, put me on my arse. But as much as that was a pretty horrific time for everybody involved, it kind of made you realise what's important and made me sit back and think a lot. That's one thing prison does give you a lot of time, is to think. And honestly, it's why I believe that people are capable of so much more than what they think they are. And it was one of the things I suppose that I took away from all this, is you can be crushed, you can have bad things happen, and you can still come back from it. And while I was inside, I started pouring myself into my training and kind of realised this was something I was enjoying. And eventually I was moved to a bit more of an open prison, like a CCAT prison. So you get a bit more to things like learning, etc. And I enrolled on a level 1 gym course. And the rest, as they say, is history. That snowballed throughout my time in prison. Ended up becoming a gym orderly when I went to the next prison. And then upon release, straight on to do my personal trainer course at college. So 23 years on, and I guess I'm done with glossing over a part of my life that actually shaped me massively and created the trainer and the person that I am. And I'm sure some people will judge me. I'm not going to lie, 25 years ago, I'd have probably judged me. What an idiot, shouldn't have done something like that. But that's the way life is. And sometimes you've just got to accept what happened. And I now live to try and help people become fitter physically, mentally. And it's what I created, like not the comfort zone. I've walked it. You don't need to do that, and God forbid anyone has to ever do something like that. But it did teach me that by pushing yourself and taking yourself out of the comfort zone, it builds you as a person. Your past doesn't define you, but it does build you. And in my case, it drives me on. And I want to be more transparent with people. I want people to understand what I've been through a bit more. Not for sympathy, not for some sort of coming out, just because it is what drives me today. I changed the course of my life because I had to. And I've gone on to do something where I help people as much as I can. And to me, that's important. And when I look back at that time of my life, I can see how that mental and physical toughness gradually started to come because it had to, there was no choice. And it's why I love doing what I do now. Helping people be physically stronger, taking them out of their comfort zone with challenges and things to see if we can test their resilience mentally as well. Because those weight loss and fitness goals that you start off with become just the tip of the iceberg. Once you start to believe in yourself and see that you're capable of stuff, it can be amazing. And I'm doing this video not to try and sell you my coaching or to kind of get you onto some sort of program, but to sort of tell and show you where I've come from and to hopefully give you some realization that you're capable of far more than you think. And that if you push yourself, doesn't mean your goals are going to come true, doesn't mean those things are going to work out for you, but having that self-belief helps you to at least start. And from there, who knows? So I'm going to make my social all about that. It's all going to be about how we can help you to become stronger mentally, physically. So if you're interested in that at all, just give us a follow. See you soon.